I don't think we are live yet for some reason.
We are live. I checked it. We are
Alright,
live.
if you are live, then welcome everyone to Indian Racing League. This is Division 2 and we are in the Paul Ricard circuit in the Les Castellet region in France. Joining me in the commentary box is the very gracious lobby host who offered his services at the very last moment. It's Racing Gupta. Racing Gupta, how are you doing and how happy are you that your exams have been postponed by a day?
Well, good evening, Malav, and Mercy as well. Yeah,
Mercy,
quite excited.
mercy.
Yeah, so, I always come last in terms of hobbies, so yeah. But yeah, exams postponed it by a week. It's pretty much like getting the fastest lap on the second lap or the last lap. Doesn't matter. Not even a week. I mean a day. But yeah, I'm more excited about the race right now that we're gonna have final 4 rounds of the season. Quite exciting.
Final 4 rounds of the season indeed, and also at the same time we have a championship to decide, so this is going to be very close as we near
Yeah.
the end of the season. And while we're talking, Racing Gupta, if you can, okay, we already put it, I'll just tag the divisions so
Yeah, yeah.
that our viewers
I've just
know
done
where
that.
to watch it, watch the stream. And at the same time, let's see how the drivers are getting on to their qualifying sessions.
So, I mean, France is very interesting in terms of tires because if you might know, the soft tires don't last long. They pretty much last 5 or 6 laps at most, and you are forced to pretty much a two-stop or a very slow one-stop. So, it will be very crucial for the drivers to decide the tires that they will be choosing in the qualifying session.
Absolutely, it will be crucial, and we see some people are attempting a lap on the mediums. You can see Thakurva on an outlap is on the mediums. Is in the
Yeah,
third sector right now, and let's
I
see. So
think
this
so.
probably signifies that we might have a dry start to the race, although it's quite overcast right now. You can see there's a whole
It might
cloud
rain
cover.
at the end of this session itself. We might not know about it.
Yeah, it
So,
is
yeah.
quite possible that it might rain at the end of the session. So we'll keep an eye out on that as well, as Thakurva has started his first hot lap of the session and he has a few cars in front of him. Let's hope that they don't. Oh, there was a wing
Oh,
flying. Who was that? Out of Sid Venkatesh and someone else. I definitely
yeah.
saw front wings flying there. And
Yeah.
let's hope no one got any penalties, because
Yeah.
that could have been disastrous. But off goes Chakurva on one of his first hot laps of the session, and it's looking okay so far in terms of his lines which he's taking through the corners. First sector very technical, lot of corners and high speed corners, and probably the only sector where you run a risk of invalidating your lap or getting
Oh,
warnings in the
Malav.
race.
Are you missing out on this chicane that Thakurova will be just attacking? Because people invalidate there a lot.
I don't know. I mean,
It's
I've
just
been.
the greed. It's the
It's
greed
a
of
greed,
getting a
yeah.
lap
If you
time.
get greedy enough, yeah, that's true. If you are greedy, you will lose out on time. So and obviously you will invalidate your lap if it is qualifying. So that's something which is there. Let's see what Thakurva does. Who else is on a lap? Thakurva is in the third sector, completing his lap. What about our championship contenders? Vanesh Shah is still in the pits, by the way. Oh, Thakurva almost losing his car there.
Is SSN out? Oh, SSN is doing a lap. That is quite surprising. SSN out of the pits in the first 5 minutes of the session. We don't see that quite a lot.
It is surprising indeed, as Bullista goes P1 with a 31.3. Let's see what Thakurva's lap time going to be. It is probably slower than that. It is. It's a
Yeah.
32.0, so quite some way off. And what is our championship leader SSN doing? Redstone up with a 30.5. Quickly displaced by Yash Gosal at 30.2. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lap time at 29s tonight. Is 28s
Yeah,
possible, Racing
this.
Gupta?
I mean, if it goes into the 28s, then I don't think so. There's even going to be half a second between D1 pole and D2 pole. From the sounds of it, if it goes to the 28th. So yeah, that would be good to see D2 space evolving throughout the season. But yeah, I'm actually confused at why did some of the drivers put such fast lap times and the drivers that went out on the mediums so early, because I thought they would have put some banker laps on the softs just to get that delta and then put a proper lap on the medium. So yeah, it would be interesting to see the strategies that will be played out.
right? It is possible that a vintage player goes P4 by the way with 31.2,
Well,
and
Assassin, yeah, it is Assassin as well, 31.2.
yeah,
So,
SSN P3 with a 31.2. So the only two drivers so far in the 30s. That's Yash Kosalia and Redstone Dub.
yeah. I mean, Redstone has shown us some great qualifying performances throughout the season. It's just that factor in the race is that he hasn't been able to show that consistency that he showed in his qualifying sessions. And hopefully, the consistency will come sooner or later. Hopefully, it comes in this race itself.
We're riding on board with Shah right now, and let's go through this lap, Racing Gupta, if you can. He's
Alright,
navigating this
so
first sector right now.
yep, so he is going to the slowest section of the track. This is where the traction gets very tricky, and as you can see, he nearly lost it. But a purple first sector, according to my mini map. Hopefully that's right and accurate. But let's see as he goes on to the back straight, one of the longest straights on the circuit. And yeah, this is where Verstappen overtook Hamilton on the second last lap, and Malav had an amazing time that night. So yeah, Malav loves this straight as he enters the chicane, a very tricky chicane. As we were talking about it, the greed to get the time on the chicane, because you can lose up to a half a second if you don't take it right. As he comes to the end of the second sector, not a purple second sector from Shah, but so far it looks like a clean lap, valid as well. Now, this is where the tires will scream and pray for mercy, because this is where the cars just keep on going as fast as possible through the corners. We're taking corners at 4th, 5th and 6th gears. This is a very quick section, the third sector, and I mean most drivers love this part, and just keeping it in within the track limits. As Shah now reaches the final two corners of the circuit, let's see what he can do. A very tricky traction zone, the final corner as well, and let's see Malav, what can he do after that lap.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
he backs out. He
He
backs
backs
out
out of it.
massively.
He
Okay.
backs out of it. He didn't have the best of the runs through the final corner.
Yeah,
Probably
absolutely correct.
mounted that curb a little bit more than he wanted to, and as such, he has backed out. So he still has plenty of time. Currently watching Tanay Singh, one of the faster drivers in the division, and he is also so. Like, this is what I love about D2. So many drivers capable of podiums and race wins. While we know
Yeah.
that SSN is leading the championship by a healthy margin, he has been super consistent. But you never know whose day today might be, and you can see a number of drivers competing for the top spot.
Yeah. I mean, one driver in particular I have to talk about is Vintage player. His pace has gone up so much within the last 5-6 weeks. He used to be close to the midfield in like the top 11s to 12s, and right now he is one of the fastest drivers in the division in terms of one lap pace at least. And he has shown some great performances in some other leagues as well. So yeah, he can be a challenger. Maybe not for the championship, but at least for a good position in the championship by the end of the season.
Absolutely. Sid Venkatesh is starting his hot lap, also one of the championship contenders, as we know. But if he loses more than 5 points to SSN tonight, he is out of the contention. So D2, as we
Wow.
all know, is a very, very strong championship fight, and plenty of drivers involved in that. Let's see what
No,
he does.
well, I hope Sid gets a win as soon as possible, because I'm one of those drivers who is in a championship fight but has not won a race in the season. So hopefully Sid stays in the championship fight and also gets his race win. So yeah, that would be quite exciting to see. And I think so if he gets the race win, then he will still stay in the championship fight. He won't be out of it. So I mean, his first sector was purple. Maybe my map is glitched, because pretty much every first sector that I've seen has been purple. So yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah,
Oxidized
Oxidized has
Rage.
retired.
Yeah, he has retired from
on the
system,
main,
and that's
on the
a
back
back
straight, I
straight.
guess.
That's a back straight, and
Yeah.
that's the corner where you sometimes lose the car. You're trying to get on the
Yeah.
power so early because you want to maximize your top speed going down that straight. And if you take that curb also, sometimes it throws you off. While the curbs in France are usually pretty flat out, there are no very high curbs which can catch you out. But you never know. This game is a bit different than the last game. But Sid Venkatesh, yet to set a lap time on the board. He is coming across the line now
Is
with
he gonna
half a
slow
session
down?
to go.
He's not slowing down.
He's
He is
not
still
slowing
pushing.
down, and he goes
That's a
P4.
good lap.
That's a decent lap from Sid Venkatesh again in the 130s. So 4 people in the 30s yet, and I'm sure there are
Yeah.
people who are yet to do that. What is Shah up to? Shah has. Oh, that's someone else who improved as well, but Shah
So
is
Shah
in
is
the
just
pits.
sitting in the pits. He's gonna go out at the end, make sure that the track I think so, is mature enough for the medium tires to harness its powers completely. He's just waiting for the track to get grippy. I think so. That's the mentality, probably. But I think so. Is someone else finishing a lap? I thought there was a Ferrari finishing a lap. No, they're gonna start a lap. I got confused by them.
That's Redstone Dub who's going to start a lap, and Yash Gosalia has put in 3 laps on the same qualifying tire. So not sure what his strategy is. We'll get to know soon enough.
He's pretty much done a stint on those tires, from what I know in terms of tire wear.
Yeah, that's
quite
almost a stint. You're
laps.
right. That's half a stint on the tires itself. So
Yeah.
he must be pretty confident that he can put a faster lap time, because if he has to start the race, which they are assuming is a dry start on these tires, that would be disastrous. But yeah, Redstone Dub once again purple through sector 1. So that's probably just Codemasters glitching out at this moment.
Yeah,
Everyone is going purple in sector
Codemasters
1.
just believes that everyone is fast through the first sector, so everyone gets a purple sector. But yeah, let's see
Absolutely.
what he does in the middle sector. It might even be a real purple sector because he is P2 right now and he's only 2 tenths behind the provisional pole sitter. So it might be true as well in this case.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh,
Second
middle-
sector is purple as well.
He's up by 3 tenths. Okay,
up by 3 tenths.
That's looking good.
Yeah, it is looking good, and if he continues with this advantage, he will get provisional pole. Goes down to the 4th gear before coming back onto the apex and hitting it nicely. And it seems like he's over revving his engine a little bit, probably to get the maximum power of that fresh engines you get every time you load up your setup.
Yeah.
But here we go, just a couple of corners to go. Goes down to the 3rd gear and then to the 2nd for the final very tight corner, and has the start finish line inside. Now stays to the left of the track to minimize the distance. Across the line Redstone Dub goes, and that could be, oh, it's not, it's
lost a
not
lot of time.
Lost a lot
It's
of time
third
in the 3rd
sector.
sector. Yeah, lost a
Yeah.
lot of time in the 3rd sector. That's surprising. And as such, he will remain
Well,
P2. I
Shah
think
is
he
out on the mediums now, so
Yeah,
we'll keep
Shah
an eye on
is-
him later on.
Yes,
Like,
he's
what
just
is he gonna
starting
do?
his hot lap on the mediums. So let me just quick change this to fitted instead of fastest lap.
Yeah, so Swagboy is coming through the second sector, and well, his sector time looks quite competitive in the first 2 sectors, and he is on a set of medium tires. Swagboy is also one of the faster drivers in the league, so he might even go into the top 5 if he actually pulls off a great lap. So that would be good to see as he's tackling through the 3rd sector. Looks quite good so far. Looks fast, looks clean. And yeah, that's pretty much what you want on those medium tires. You don't want to push them too hard because they don't provide you as much grip as those red striped soft tires. As Swagboy now comes through the final corner. Malo, what do you think? What's gonna be this lap?
Absolutely no idea, but I'm assuming it will be somewhere around P7, P8. Let's see. Oh, P11 is the time, and 31.874. So he will have the advantage in terms of tire choice, but well, Shah is yet to put in lap time, so expect him to go faster than his lap time right now. Speaking about Swagboy, he is one of those people who is the teammates with SSN, and McLaren are in a very tight constructors battle with Mercedes.
Yeah.
So they have, as Caesar has
And
told us
Mercedes
in the
also missing
comment
a
section,
driver tonight.
Mercedes are missing a driver tonight, and they will probably in the next race as well. And McLaren has scored more points than Mercedes in all of the last 4 races.
Oh,
As
well,
Shah
Malo,
across
I would-
the line.
Oh my god.
Let's see what this is going to be on the mediums. And it's P11,
Just beat Swagboy.
just displaces Swagboy there. Now, I'm not sure about the strategy on this track, Racing Gupta. Maybe
Yeah.
you can help us out. But do you think this strategic pole position is something which people would aim for over here?
Yeah, it is pretty much something that people will aim for, but something that we all missed is that Yash Gosalia came out of the tracks on the same set of tires, and then he had to do an installation lap and go back into the pits because I guess he forgot to change his tire set. So he's pretty much done another lap on that set of tires. He'll have to improve his lap, otherwise he is in trouble right now.
Yeah, he'll have to improve his lap. Is now fitted on the new set of soft tires, and he has plenty of time to come back on the track
Yeah.
and set a faster lap time. But that's the risk you run if you go for multiple laps in your first run, and that is the fastest lap which is recorded. Something which I do as well, but then I always make it a point to
Not qualify high enough.
not qualify high enough to start in the top 10. But watching
Well,
Manan
you
right now, he improved massively in the first sector. His P7, that's good qualifying position from
yeah.
Manan. That's a very impressive position he's in right now, and he was improving in sector 1. So he would hope that he'll keep this advantage going into the second and the third sectors. And SSN is, I think, he's going for another run on the mediums, and that is a very impressive lap time. He's P6 right now with a 31.2,
Yep.
while the likes of Shah and Menon and Swagboy are not that fast enough right now. Manan goes to the right of the track. I'm not sure why, but across the line he goes. And is this an improvement? It is. What
Top
a lap!
5.
That is very impressive from Manan.
Look at the fight for P3. They're within half a tenth. 5 cars. 4 cars, I mean. That is very close.
It is very close indeed.
And Vintage Player, we missed out on him. He is P3 right now. He improved on Tanay Singh. Went up from P4 to P3. So yeah, his pace has been absolutely phenomenal in the past 3 or 4 races.
Yeah, he has been phenomenal. So type in the comment section Chase Cam OP if you like this progression of Vintage Player. Shah in the pits once again, and I think Racing
SSN
Gupta
improved. SSN improved by a tenth, but did not improve his position. Just improved in terms of his time.
indeed, and I think right now the battle will be between the likes of Thakurwa goes P3 just as I
Yup.
say that. Tanay Singh is on a lap. I think we'll get to know his sector times soon enough. But
Right,
Abdul
let's
has
have a
retired from the
look.
session. But yeah, unfortunate for Shah. He's on an outlap right now. Oh, someone else went into the wall there in the background.
It
But-
was a Ferrari, it was a Merc, and it might be Yash Gosalia. And it is Yash.
No, it was not
isn't.
Yash. It was someone else.
It was Abdul Samad's ghost retiring later on. It happens. Did he retire on track? I don't have proof. I'm not blaming him for anything, but yeah, we don't know.
Well, we don't know. Tanay Singh is up by 800s on his lap. Still 1 minute to go into the session. So theoretically,
Yeah,
Tanay.
he lost quite a lot of time in the third sector, I think so, when we were spectating him. Or was it Redstone? I might be confused
It
between
was
the two
Redstone.
Ferraris.
It was Redstone. His teammate Tanay, well, probably this is the first time we are spectating him in this session, and he seems to have backed out.
Yeah,
For some reason, he's probably
yeah,
he's just
flashing
recharging.
red.
Yeah, I think he's recharging and will go again. Has time to do
Yeah.
that, so we'll come back to him once again. Redstone has invalidated his lap time,
Yeah,
so
he has.
that's his done. Yes, Kosalia has invalidated his lap time as well, so he's not
Okay.
improving either.
Well, that's
What is
not at all good for him.
Yeah, what is Shah up to is what I want to see. I don't know how much time
He's on
is
an
left.
outlap right
On an
now.
outlap right now, there's Sid Venkatesh just in front of him. This is not ideal for Shah, but he has to race to the line. 4 seconds to go. Has he made it? I don't think he has. Oh, he
He
just
just
about
made it!
has.
Oh my god! It
Oh.
was pretty much half a second.
Talk
was
about
close.
cutting it close, but he has Sid Venkatesh in front of him, so he will get that toe. But he will lose some downforce and probably will be not an impeding
Or will he get
moment, but
slipstream?
he will get some slipstream from the Aston Martin in
Oh,
front.
He's up by 2.5 tenths, Shah there.
He is up by quite some margin, but let's remember his first lap time itself was not that representative. Is getting a decent slipstream from the Aston Martin, who is
Yeah.
on a lap himself. Let's go to Tanay meanwhile. What is Tanay doing? Tanay is in the third sector. We'll come back to Shah because Tanay is one of those people who could put in a surprise pole as the top two and
Absolutely.
have pitted.
Oh, Shah is invalidated. Shah has invalidated his lap time. So, yeah, that's done for him.
That is unfortunate. So Shah has invalidated his rival
Sid and
SSN. Starts in P8, and let's see what Tanay can do first, as he's now on the main straight. Keeps to the left of the track as expected, and across the line he goes. This could be a good. Oh,
he
my
got
god!
Yes! What a lap!
Saving the
What
best
a
for the last. And Tanay Singh has
Alright.
gone on pole. Sid Venkatesh, what can he do? We still have Anton Hypers.
can
I'm not
beat
sure
him.
where he is.
He's
But
right behind Sid and Shah.
yeah, Sid across the line. Is he going to improve? He
P3!
does.
He's
P3
in
for
the
Sid
top three.
Venkatesh. Anton Hypers. Where does he go? I'm not sure. We caught that. But what
Yeah.
an end to the qualifying session. Tanay Singh taking pole, snatching the pole literally from Yash
Yep.
Kosalia. And that was a typical lobby-like performance where you just save your best for the last and then completely smash it out of the park. Pole by almost 900s there. So Tanay Singh and Yash Kosalia on the front row. Sid Venkatesh, very impressive qualifying in the last part of the session with the P3 and Redstone Dub starting P4. So it's a good start for Ferrari. Good starting positions for both of them.
One important thing, Yash Gosalia is on 3-lap used soft tires.
He is 3 laps. So what? He just has to pit within 2 laps, right? 2 to 3 laps, and he will have
he
to come
might
in.
have 30% damage right now on those tires after the formation lap. It is realistically possible. I'm not even exaggerating. That's how bad the tire life is for the soft tires.
Yeah, it is possible that he'll have to. So he will be hoping for a safety car early on, so he can get rid of those soft tires and get onto the mediums or the hards. But with that being said, it seems to be pretty bright and sunny for the race start, Gupta. So we might be in for a dry race.
Yep. So now I don't even understand why did Yash keep on doing those laps on the same set of tires when he knew that this track is one of those tracks where it is very easy to invalidate. It's not like the track is not wide enough or the corners are too narrow. It's just that it is so flat that it is hard to brake. It just feels like, okay, it is flat, you can take the danger.
You want to ride the curves because you know they are not that high and they will not damage the underbody of your car. So it is a weird one. The strategy of Yash, it could have paid off massively, but it did not on this occasion. And as you can see, the predicted pit stop strategy, which is predicted by AWS, the most accurate
possible.
Accurate possible. It is. And let's see what tires everyone is on. So you can see the top 10 except SSN, who's starting P9. So SSN starting P9, Shah starting P15, and who else? Anton Hypers is a surprise with the soft tires starting P16.
So SSN and Anton, the odd ones out in their batches of the 10 drivers each.
Yeah.
The top 10 only SSN on mediums. He looked like the only one who had the pace to do it. Maybe Tane as well, but Tane just decided to go and put a blinder of a lap at the end.
Yeah, it was a good lap from Tane at the end when the track is at its best. You know that you have the maximum grip available, and he made use of that to put in a lap on the pole. It's not a very long run down into turn 1, and that's why he could very well keep the lead if he has a decent start. If you're wondering why you're not talking about easy level bot, it's because he's missing this race. He's in the championship fight, mind you, but because he's missing this race, it might not we might not mention him that much. Sid Venkatesh is in P4 and he is quite some points away. I meant in the championship. Championship he's P4. Yes, Kosalia is in P5. All of them, and Suraj. That's been a good second half of the season for him. After some bad luck, he has placed in P6 with Manan in P7. So Alpines are doing well in the constructors, but
what's the gap in the constructors, Balu?
Constructors, it's so close. While it's just 38 points right now, but you never know. Today Mercedes don't have one driver, and McLaren have both the drivers, SSN P9 and Swagboy P11. So they could.
38 points is literally nothing because it's 4
races to go.
47 points available a week.
Yeah, absolutely. VFX is asking what happened in qualifying. So a quick summary for you, VFX. Tanay Singh has taken from Yash Gosalia, who's starting on 3-lap old tires. Sid Venkatesh had a very good lap and in P3. SSN starting on the mediums. As you can see, his tires are also 3-lap old. And Shah was not able to put in a good lap time. He's down in P15, hoping to make some places. It's been a good, very, very calm and composed formation lap from all the drivers. So no disqualifications there, like Shadow Sword and Racing Gupta. But
okay, thanks for throwing shade on Shadow.
The drivers have taken their places on the grid, and we're not getting a good.
P2 was a good angle.
Yeah, P2 is indeed a good level. 3, 4, 5 lights on the grid. Lights out and away we go. It's a good start from the Ferrari of Tanay Singh, but Yash Gosalia might challenge him into turn 1. Let's see what happens up ahead. Further behind, there are a lot of changes in position. Tanay Singh takes the lead and he has the lead. Sid Venkatesh has gone off the road. He might lose further positions there. Manan is battling a Ferrari of Redstone Duff who has lost positions. And further behind
Swagboy
Suraj.
is last, very far behind everyone
Oh,
else. But
Swagboy is
Thakurva, what a
last.
start!
What a start from
What a
Thakurva.
start from him.
Yeah, that is a very good start from Thakurva. And Shah has made up a lot of positions, 5 positions already.
Yeah, he's in top
and
10.
he is directly behind his teammate right now, who might not really fight him too much. You can see he has let him go, Shah.
Oh, what happened to Shah there?
Oh,
No.
I was on board with him, and he has completely lost his car at one of those corners where you can easily lose the
That's
car. Thankfully,
pain.
no damage for him. Something happened to SSN as well, so the championship
Yep.
leaders are not having the best of the first laps. Shah is down in P20, but 3 wide. SSN trying to overtake Anton Hypers. Can he overtake Manan as well? Can he overtake? Oh my god, is it going to be a 3-man overtake? No, it's not, but I think
Manan
someone
stays
got
ahead.
tagged. Manan stays ahead and
But look
almost
at
made a
Yash
triple
Gosalia.
overtake.
He is trying to get the overtake on Tanay Singh, but Thakurva from behind is not leaving him any room to breathe.
Yeah, Sid Venkatesh. Oh, Sid Venkatesh almost going into the pits there, but thankfully keeping ahead. He's fighting. Oh, almost coming into contact there. There was contact. Let's see what Bullista can do. He's right on the tail of Redstone Dup, riding on board with him. What can he do here? He's going to go for it.
Into turn 1.
He is going for it. Thankfully stays behind, but Sid Venkatesh and Redstone Dup all out of sorts. And Sid Venkatesh losing a place to Redstone. Does he lose a place to Bullista as well? He'll have the inside line for the next corner. Sid Venkatesh tries to keep it in.
What a move by Bullista.
But very
That
good
was a
move
good
from
one.
Bullista. He knows that Sid Venkatesh was rattled a bit, as Menon the Boss and Swagboy are the 2 people in the pits. And the gap up front is a very, very healthy 1.5 seconds for Tanay Singh.
Yeah, and Yash is under pressure from Thakurva now. He is right behind him, and yeah, that is going to be something that Yash might have to yield his position, because he is on older tires, as we were talking about earlier.
He is on, so I'm assuming the tire wear is almost 30% for him, maybe more, considering he had 3 laps and 1 out lap and 1 in lap on the same set of tires. Also had the formation lap, so not looking great for Yash right now, and we'll be hoping for a safety car. Let's see what's happening behind between teammates, as Gagan Singh is putting pressure on Suraj. Gagan Singh just about stays behind for now, but this could be getting interesting at Williams. As Suraj goes wide there, invites Gagan Singh for a move, but stays ahead for now.
Some good racing going on between drivers. I mean, everyone's so close. This is looking good. This is going to be a good race, Valo.
It is going to be a good race, and further behind I can see an overtake almost happening right now. His ultimate is all out of sorts in the final couple of corners. DRS has been enabled. Abhi did not have the best of the final corners, so he might not make a move on this lap, or at least in this corner, but let's see what happens. Further ahead, Oxidized Rage has caught up to SSN, who will not have the DRS, so down the main straight or down the back straight, it could get interesting here.
SSN struggling quite a lot on those medium tires, and I don't get it. He was mega in quali, he was the fastest on those medium tires, and right now he is struggling quite a lot. I just don't understand what's happening to him.
Here goes Thakurva on Yash Gosalia. Thakurva has made the move, but Yash Gosalia goes a bit wide. Thakurva does take P2. Further behind does SSN Oxidized Rage. Nothing happening there. Gagan Singh stays
Yash
behind.
might lose more positions here, because now he's vulnerable to Vintage Player, who is within 2/10 of Yash right now.
He is. Abhi does overtake ultimate there, so that's P16 for Abhi. And as you said, Vintage Player almost on the back of Yash Gosalia. Vintage Player has to be careful here. Oh, Yash Gosalia trying to defend very hard there, and he has already got a 3-second time penalty. So it's no. Yash Gosalia loses it.
Oh, Yash lost it.
He has lost
What's
it.
happening to all the championship contenders? I just don't get it.
That is unfortunate. He is down in P12. Maybe he will lose more positions there. And let's see if he actually goes into pits. Yeah, it's possible
He
he'll
should
pit.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And here goes Redstone Dup. Redstone Dup on Vintage Player for P3, and that's Redstone Player into P3. Sid Venkatesh and Bullista exchanging positions. So Sid Venkatesh has gotten past Bullista. That is good news for him to stay alive in the championship, as his competitors SSN and Thakur, not Thakur, sorry, Shah and Yash Gosalia are not having the best of the races.
Yeah.
Yash Gosalia in
And
the pits going
Williams
for a
having a
weakness.
tussle right now, both the cars, and now Gagan Singh will have DRS on Suraj, who does not have DRS on the car ahead. So yeah, I think that this is going to be a straightforward move for Gagan.
Yeah, it is going to be straightforward. He does not have a lot of DRS as Manan the boss puts the fastest lap of the race so far. But Williams should not fight this out. They are in a very good position. P7, P8
Yeah.
is very impressive.
Assassin and Manan going sideways. Oh, and they had a bit of a contact, but somehow everything is clean. So that's good and done there. Well, Malav, you're not audible. I think so. You disconnected yourself.
No, I am
don't
audible.
know.
I'm just hearing you.
Okay.
I'm just hearing you out. Abhi and Abdul have exchanged positions as well in the background. P14 for Abhi. So Abhi making some moves. I'm not sure what happened to Shah. He's down in P16. And
Yeah,
Abhi at the same
spun
time.
around in the first
Yeah, I
lap,
know,
so
I know.
that's
But
why.
then I can see Abhi making moves, but not Shah. So Shah is waiting around, but Shah has just gotten past Abhi, as we say that. So that is good news for him in Alpine, while his teammate Manan is trying to defend from Oxidized Rage. Easier said than done as Oxidized Rage goes to his right, and it will be an easy move down into turn 1. So Manan, while he wants to help his teammate out by making life difficult for SSN, is getting overtaken himself.
So Sid got overtaken by Bulliester, but now Sid will have DRS on Bulliester on that long back straight. So I think the Bulliester should have been a bit more patient if he was trying to get past Sid, but I think that this is going to be very easy for Sid to get past Bulliester, or maybe not. It's still half a second. It's still a big enough gap.
It might not happen, but SSN might be making a move on Suraj here. You can see SSN pulling to the left and has the inside line. And while Sid Venkatesh does stay behind Bullister, SSN has gotten past Gagan Singh as Ace makes a move on Anton Hyper. So that's SSN into P8. That's one position higher than when he started. It's looking good for him so far. And
Shah getting another move on Abdul Samad. So now Shah is getting back into the groove.
Yeah, he can see, he knows he will have the audio with Manan, so he knows that SSN is making moves, which is why he would want to be as high as possible. But remember, Shah is also on the same strategy as SSN, so Saurabh can just replicate what Shah does here. Oh, Suraj going really slow there, and Oxidized Rage is... Oh, Tanay Singh! Tanay Singh pits, and he has
a 5-second time penalty.
He gets a 5-second time penalty. Redstone probably is... Suraj is in the pits. Redstone stays out as his teammate.
So these drivers right now have committed to that 2-stop, and I will tell you right now, all the other soft runners are just praying for a safety car. They know if a safety car comes out, it's gonna work out beautifully for them. So yeah, the drivers who have pitted now will get an undercut on the drivers ahead, and it will be interesting to see the positions when the pit stops are done.
Yeah, so it seems like Tanay Singh will be out in P14, and that's where he has filtered out. Yash Gosalia with the fastest lap of the race, but remember he is quite some way behind and just about making a move on Suraj. He has made that stick, but let's see what SSN can do on Gagan Singh. Does he go for a move here down the inside? He stays behind for now, does not want to take any risks, and he stays in P6, but it's probably halfway through his medium tire stint, so he still has a lot of laps to go, and he is the second lead runner as far as this strategy is concerned. Tanay Singh getting past Abdul as well once again. Yeah, go on.
Oh, Abdul spun. Oh, and he reset to track. Oh no, Abdul, please don't do that.
Well, did not really catch it on the stream, but yeah, that was a reset to track, as Racing Gupta said. What is SSN up to meanwhile? He is still in the Thakurva pits, by the way. Redstone pits as well. Vintage player in the pits. Sid Venkatesh stays out.
So right now the softs are definitely slower than the medium tires. This is the end life for the soft tire. This is where the softs won't do the job that they are supposed to do, and that is to find the grip. And oh my god, Gagan Singh, he just sends it. Oh, and Assassin went into Gagan Singh. What is happening right there? Assassin has definitely some front wing damage right there, Malav. This is not good for the championship
I saw bits
leader.
of carbon fiber flying, and that looked like a very very late dive bomb from Gagan Singh on Sid Venkatesh. And look at SSN, he's missing the left end plate of his front wing, and he's getting
Look at
overtaken left, right,
Oxidized
and
now.
center.
He might be the net leader when Sid pits, or if you overtake Sid.
Yeah, it is going to be close, but it seems like SSN will have to pit maybe this lap because he's losing a lot of time. At least in the first sector, he lost a lot of time.
Yeah.
And Oxidize and Gagan Singh are going to now compete for the net lead of the race because Sid Venkatesh might be coming in at the end of this lap. Let's see what happens.
And look at Tane Singh, he's already up to P9 and he has stopped. So, yeah, I think so that undercut by Tane might be the right decision. And he is already right behind Shah, and Shah has not pitted yet. So, even though it's a two-stop for Tane, he is pretty much matching the pace of one-stoppers, and he is on 6 or 7 laps fresher tires as well. So that's a good position to be in.
Yeah, I'm watching Ace right now is trying to get past SSN. SSN clearly struggling, got Sid Venkatesh losing another position, but he still stays out.
He lost 2.
And
Yeah,
SSN
no, he
is
pits.
finally in the pits. So is Sid Venkatesh. And let's see where SSN comes out now because he has one more pit stop to go. So does Shah, but SSN with a very very lengthy pit stop because of that wing change. You can see he's now just tumbling into his pit box, and you can see that front wing change. It's a set of hard tires, so he's thinking of going to the end on this one.
Yeah, it is sensible. It is very sensible what he has done right now.
Yeah, and there's a yellow flag. That's
it's a McLaren.
That's for a McLaren
What's
for
happening
Swag
to
Boy.
flag?
Yeah, Swag Boy having a moment in the third sector, and well, it's fine now. Redstone and Bullister are fighting, and Redstone just about getting in front. So that's him into P10, and Tane Singh very very soon will be in DRS of Shah. So that would be interesting. As Shah clearly
but Shah is
at a tire
catching up to the
disadvantage.
cars ahead as well. He was far behind than most of them. So yeah, good comeback from Shah.
Oh, ultimate
He was-
almost losing it. Yeah, go on.
Oh, it's alright. I think Takura just made a move on Abhi on the inside into this chicane in the middle sector, and yeah, that was a clean, good move from Takura on a set of hard tires. So he might go till the end on them.
Yeah, there's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that is for Anton Hypers, and currently following this battle where well, Abhi has just gotten past, Thakur has just gotten past Abhi, but Abhi might have more things to worry about as Redstone Dub has caught up to him as well. Up ahead, the gap is hardly half a second between Oxidized Rage and Gagan Singh as Ace and Manan switch positions. That's because Manan is going into the pits, so Manan will make a pit stop. Oh, Redstone Dub almost running into the back of Abhi, giving him slight tap, and I'm not sure if there's any damage, but now on the main straight, Abhi does not have DRS. Redstone does, and this will be an easy move for him to get up to P7 for Redstone.
Yeah, but now Oxidized will have DRS on Gagan as Gagan had overtaken him on the main street. So yeah, will he get the position back, Oxidized? Let's see. Oh, and he gets a 3-second time penalty. Already had one, and he gets his second one in 9 laps only. So not ideal for the
He's
Haas
going
driver.
for a move. He is going for a move. Is he going to go down the inside? We don't have the best of the angles, but he does not.
does
Stays
not.
behind just for now. Bullister has gotten past Abhi as well, and up just further behind, Shah has now been caught up by Tane Singh. So if Shah plays smart here, he knows Tane is a very fast driver on very fresh tires. Clearly at an advantage as Tane is trying to make a move on Shah. Will he go around the outside of the Alpine
something
driver? He
happening
just
with
might do
Budiester.
that. And
All
that's sorry to cut you off there. I was watching the battle between Tane and Shah. Tane has made a move on the Alpine, so that's him into P4. Shah just has to get his head, stuck in now. He knows he's still in a good position because his competitors are behind, and as such, he still has a lot of opportunities in this race to make up positions.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. But yeah, there was something happening with around Polyester and Yash Gosalia. There were a couple of moves happening, and Polyester lost 3 or 4 positions and some seconds to that pack as well. So yeah, we missed on that action as well. There's so much happening in this race, Malav. It's everywhere, from the front field to the midfield to the back enders as well. As Manan has made a move. Oh no, ultimate.
That's
pit.
ultimate in the pits. That's an early pit stop for a medium runner, but ultimate is in the pitch. Shah gets a 3-second time penalty
Yeah.
for corner cutting, and that will not help at all. I'm watching Redstone right now trying to catch Thakurwa, who will be vulnerable down the back straight, but I think the gap right now is still enough for him to keep P6. But next time around, when on the same part of the track, the Ferrari might
Yeah.
have different ideas.
That's true. So right now, looking at the top five, as they are the only ones who have not pitted, I think so they should be pitting sooner or later, because the likes of Thakurva have caught up to them, and Thakurva won't be pitting anymore. So Thakurva can be a real threat for them at the end of the race.
Ultimate coming out of the pits and has a moment, which is why there's yellow flags in sector 1. Menon has just overtaken Suraj there, and Suraj and SSN around. What is happening here?
Yeah.
And Swagboy makes his way through. Yash and Abhi are battling. Yash has made his way
So
through
many
as
things
well.
are happening, Balu.
It's
I'm
very
confused
difficult
where
to keep.
look at.
Yeah, it's very difficult to keep up this race. It's 11 laps already, but this has not been the calmest races in F1 history. And now Yash on the back of vintage player. Yash will have DRS. For some reason, he's not using his. Oh yeah, he is using that DRS. Let's hope he doesn't go for a dive bomb here. He thought about it maybe.
He's
But-
waiting for the back straight. He's waiting for the longer straight to get that move done.
Yeah, that's probably the most logical thing to do, as Thakurva is now on the back of Shah. So this could be a move as well on this lap itself, as Shah loses one more position, and then Redstone Dub, the other Ferrari, will be in contention. Let's see what Thakurva does. He's gaining on him. He's going to go down the inside of Shah, and Shah is not fighting it at all. That's again very smart racing for him. He does not want to lose any time of his own race trying to hold on to positions. Yes, Gosalia.
Go on.
Yeah, it's just-
I was just saying that Thakurva so far has not got a single penalty, and he has pitted already on those hard tires, and he's
Yeah.
looking quick on them as well. So yeah, that is a good performance by Thakurva so far. But yeah, drivers are very close. You can't predict anything.
Oh, Yash Gosalia losing his car, and that unsettled vintage player as well, both of them on the mediums. And Thakurva now streaking away from Shah in just a matter of seconds. But now Redstone Dub is the next car, so Shah is losing a lot of time. Shah in the pits.
Yeah,
Shah
that
is
is
in the
sensible.
pits,
He,
that-
he was losing a lot of time.
Yeah, he
to all
was
the
losing a
cars
lot of
ahead
time,
and
so I'm
behind.
assuming this will be for a set of hard tires. Let's see where
Yeah.
he comes out. Ace has probably just been overtaken, I think, by Tanay Singh.
Yeah.
So that's Tanay into P3. The top three will pit at least once from now on. And let's see how much time does Shah gain on the likes of Oxidize and Gagan.
There's
who did
a
not pit.
Mercedes around, and Mercedes and Red Bull. It's vintage
Vin-
behind Yash Gosalia. They
Yeah.
have come together, Madhav.
Yeah, they have come together. I was just watching them, and Yash Gosalia and Vintage losing more positions. SSN is still behind his teammate Swagboy, so the McLarens have not switched positions, which is a little bit weird to see. As Redstone Dub makes a move on Thakurva, that's what is an easy one, so that's him into P5. But looking at the time penalties, lot of drivers getting time penalties on this track, which is not very surprising. So this race could be decided on time penalties.
Yeah, we could have another winner just like we had in Brazil, that we never expected. So yeah, just stay tuned, guys, because anything can happen.
Oh, vintage player again losing his car there. So him and Yash Gosalia are seemingly in a battle which is getting the best of them. But you can see that they are losing more and more time and positions as Oxidized race pits and gets a 5 seconds time penalty. So that will not help his race at all. And
Yeah.
what's happening further behind? Thakurva losing positions? No, that's Ace in the pits. And Thakurva goes on. Well, do you think those hards can last the entire race? Racing Gupta
I
from now
think
on?
so.
The 14 laps from now?
He might be taking them to the edge, but I think so, because there were drivers who have taken the soft tires to around 8-9 laps, and the mediums, from what I know, can do close to 15-16 laps. So it is possible to do 20 laps on those set of hard tires.
Well, we'll surely know soon enough. As Shah has overtaken Ace. I think Ace is still exiting the pit, so they're trying to P13. But the likes of Oxidized Rage have come out in front. Now there's a battle brewing here with Sid Venkatesh, Oxidized Rage. It's a 5-car battle with Abhi, Yash Gosalia, Vintage, Oxidized Rage, and Sid Venkatesh. So this could get interesting very soon. The first one on the queue is Abhi, but he is defending from Yash Gosalia. Let's see if Yash can go down the inside. In the background, Sid Venkatesh is probably trying to make a move. These guys are going side by side. There was contact, and there's more contact there as Vintage player has an excursion off track once again, and he's losing a position to Oxidized Rage. Sid Venkatesh can make it 3 wide here. It's difficult to get a good camera angle.
Abhi going for the move.
Abhi going for the move, and he
yes, it is the second time. What is happening to Yash?
And that's still not a DNF, so he still has time to come back into this race. Sid Venkatesh is trying to make the best in terms of an opportunistic move, in terms of what's happening up ahead. But the teammates are now battling. That's Abhi holding up Oxidized Rage. He will probably move out of the way pretty soon. Does not want to fight his own teammate, but Abhi is still going at it, and now he has conceded the position to Oxidize. What
I mean, that battle is just crazy.
Easy level
something
bot.
that we missed out is one of the Gagan Singh has pitted, and he came out P5, comfortably ahead of that pack that were battling with each other.
Yeah, that was very crucial for him to come out ahead of the likes of Vintage players. Manan gets a time penalty for corner cutting. I'm assuming as Sid Venkatesh still remained on board with him for entirety of a sector now. And let's see what happens, because up ahead I can see Oxidized Rage trying to line up a move on Vintage player, but Sid Venkatesh is also very, very close. Let's see with what Sid does first, because Sid might be on a move.
God, he just ran past.
Yeah, he is through already. Let's see what Oxidized does. Does he go down the inside? No, he does not. Stays back for now. And up ahead, it's a Ferrari 1-2. Now let's see what kind of team orders are there. Both of them have time penalties. It seems like Redstone Dub is definitely in DRS. And let's see what they do here, because behind them, Thakurwa can just wait and just run the entire race behind them and still emerge victorious.
Yeah, and these two have to pit, both the Ferraris, because those mediums, I highly doubt that they can end till the last.
Yeah, they are definitely not going to end. What happened?
Buliester had at a moment he spun, and he spun again.
Probably overheated tires. That's him spinning once again.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure SSN has damage from that contact here. Shah has made his way past Bulister as well. The Ferraris are battling, and that's Redstone Dub taking the lead from Tanay Singh, and they have to work together here so that they are not being caught up by Thakurwa. Maybe they can use just Slipstream and DRS to get away, as Oxidized Race gets another 3-second time penalty, and he is now going to make a move on Vintage player who is struggling.
Yep. Let's see what Oxidized Rage does, as he's very close to Vintage player within 2.5, and then he's going off track again and again. Yeah, that explains the time penalties, but let's see whether he can pull off a move on the Red Bull ahead.
Absolutely. Anmay is asking on the YouTube comment section, as we just wait for Oxidized Rage, does he go for a move? No, he does not.
What is that camera angle? I just hate it, Codemasters.
Yeah, it is pretty terrible. Manan is trying to move on Abhi as well, but Abhi stays in front. Let's see if Manan can use his battery and fresher tires to be in front. He's in DRS, but nothing happening right now, and still on this battle.
Of Abhi, he can go and pull off a move. They're still side by side, Balu. Let's see what can Manan do. They're still side by side. Is he going for the move? Has he done it? Oh yes, he has. He gets Abhi on the traction. That was some good racing there.
Yeah, that was indeed good racing. Redstone Dub, by the way, first of the Ferraris in the pits. So that's his second stop. And just to reply to Anmay rather, who's asking in the YouTube comment section, how do you join? So Anmay, we hope you have a PlayStation, because right now we are organizing these leagues only on the PlayStation on the F1 2021 game. You can find us on gridfinder.com, and you can probably join the league through the Discord server which we have. So hope to see you soon, and let's see what happens here, because this is once again a very close fight. Redstone Dub has come out in P8, just behind Manan. It might be an easy move for him, honestly. judging by the pace Restaurant Dub has shown today.
So, yeah, Redstone lined up perfectly. He just has to use his DRS and just go fly past Banan, not even run past Banan. He is flown past the Alpine, and yeah, a very easy move for the Ferrari. And that too on fresher tires, so doesn't have to stress quite a lot. But he has that one target in his mind, and that's Thakurva on those set of hard tires.
Absolutely, Thakurva is the target for now, but remember he has time penalties. Let's have a look at the penalty situation and see who has what penalties. So as you mentioned, Racing Gupta, Redstone Dub has 6 seconds of time penalties. His teammate Tanay Singh has 8 seconds. That's 5 seconds for speeding.
He's in the pit, so it will get removed.
One of those 5 seconds will get removed, but he will lose a lot of time there because of that additional hold up in the pit stops. Gagan Singh has 3 seconds. Oxidize has 14 seconds of time penalties. Manan has 3. His teammate Shah has 3 seconds as well. And it will be important to see where Tanay Singh comes out. Is he going to lose a place to Shah here? I think he will. So Shah is comfortably in P8. And as things stands, he is going to finish ahead of Tanay Singh.
Yeah, but Tanay on way fresher tires.
And that is medium tires. So softer tires and fresher tires, you can expect him to close up to Shah and make a more take, but that's where his teammate, Shah's teammate Manan, might come into play. If he can act like a defense for Shah and help to keep Tanay Singh, the charging Ferrari behind. Sid Venkatesh is trying a move on Vintage player who has DRS from Oxidized Rage up ahead. Sid Venkatesh completely missing the braking point and just about keeping his car on the track. I'm not sure if he got a warning for that. But there's a yellow flag once again. That's probably ultimate. Yeah, that's ultimate in the AlphaTauri, who is not having the best of the races. Talking about not the best of the races, Yash Gosalia down in P14 is now lining up a move on Bullister, who had a couple of moments of his own. Bullister goes wide once again, and here goes Yash Gosalia using his battery and DRS to good effect. That's him into P14, still not into points, Racing Gupta.
Yep, but shout out to all the D2 drivers. Not a single safety car, not a single VSC. 18 laps done, and yeah, not even a single retirement as well. So yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah, very good job indeed, and it has been clean for the most part, except for a couple of incidents here and there which we did not exactly catch on stream. So it has been a good showing by D2 so far, and no retirements as well, Racing Gupta. No DNFs, absolutely. All 20 tires, I'm saying, all 20 drivers are still up and running, but
well, you can call it 80 tires, Malum, but Shah is under attack.
Yeah, Shah is under attack. I'm watching Tanay right now. Shah is under attack. Well, he has some solace in the fact that his competitors like SSN, he's down in P17. Not sure if he's going to score any points tonight. And Easy Level Bot is not racing at all. Redstone Dub has got him past Sid Venkatesh. But we're staying on with this battle because Tanay Singh might make a move on Shah. Shah does not have much to defend with. Down the inside or the left of the track goes Tanay Singh. And that is him into P7. Shah into Shah is in P8. And well, his tires will comfortably last until the end of the race. Thakurva has an 11-second gap up front. Now that's the gap we are matching. No penalties at all. So he is looking very good as far as this. Even if he gets overtaken, he just has to stick behind these other drivers and he can still take the race win. Although he would not like to do it that way, but it is still doable in terms of practicality. Sid Venkatesh losing time to Redstone Dub now after being overtaken by the Ferrari. If he's not careful, I think he will lose DRS as well in a couple of corners, because that medium tires, the very fresh medium tires of Redstone Dub, just look naturally faster.
Yeah, well, SSN right now, I mean, this man has been on the podium throughout the season. P17, not at all ideal for the championship leader. He might lose some points to both Sid and Shah at this point, and even maybe Yash if he pulls off some great moves in the next 8-9 laps. But yeah, if SSN gets a podium tonight, he can get a podium in any race in D2. I'll say this.
Absolutely, it will be a Herculean task for him to get a podium. But here we go. Yash Gosalia is battling Vintage player, Bullister rather. Vintage player is in the pits. Does Bullister go for a move here? I think he does not. but he's missing the apex of the first turn and might have got a penalty in the process, or rather a warning in the process. So it's more of Yash attacking Swagboy now instead of Swagboy, instead of Yash getting attacked by Bullista.
Absolutely correct. So, I mean, looking at the gap between Redstone and Thakurwa, because Redstone is the only driver who will have a huge advantage on Thakurwa compared to other drivers out there. Will he be able to catch Thakurwa and gains another 6 seconds on him in the next 8 laps?
Ooh, what a move! Yash Gosalia is very, very aggressive, but Swagboy still stays in front. It was a very, very late attempt from Yash Gosalia, but he stays in front. But coming back to the point of Redstone and Thakurwa, Sid Venkatesh pits for the final time in this race. This is a touch and go. I don't think. Well, Yash is still trying to go for a move on Swagboy. Just relentless from Yash. But the gap is coming down. It was 11 seconds, now it's 10 point something. Yash, rather Redstone is going for a move. So I think on the back straight, he will be taking P3 from Oxidized Rage. But because of those time penalties, first he has to get past Oxidized, which he will do in this lap itself probably. But he also has to get past Gagan Singh, who's on 6 lap old hearts, so it's not the same. And well, let's see.
I think so. Oxidized let him by.
Oxidized this, yeah, it looked like he let him by, but well, so the gap is what now, 12-13 seconds.
But what happened to Yash? He pitted, so he is just gonna go and get that fastest lap. I don't think
he wants that fastest lap.
Anything.
Yeah, and well, it will not be an extra point if he does not finish in the top 10. Sid Venkatesh on Suraj, just saying, not choosing to use the battery, but maybe he does not need to. As he goes down the inside, Sid Venkatesh, that's him comfortably into P9, and he's on the soft tires, but he has a lot of time to gain. No penalties at all, but he has plenty of time to gain some positions on the likes of Shah, Ace, and maybe even Tanay Singh, who's now attacking Manan, who has a calm but brilliant race so far. Manan, P5 for the Alpine drivers, going to the end on these tires, will lose a position right now to Tanay Singh, but it's still a very good race from Manan Singh.
So yeah, I mean, I think so. Shah might get another position on Manan if there are team orders, because right now Manan is out of the championship mathematically. Shah is still in, so yeah, that might happen in the future, and that would be interesting to see when it happens. But right now the closest battle is between Bullester and Swagboy.
Well, let's see if Manan can fight back Tanay Singh, and I don't think he can, considering Suraj gets a time penalty. But Bullester on the back of Swagboy, and Bullester is trying to make that move. Swagboy swoops across and keeps that position and unsettles Bullester once again. So
he gained a second. That was quite a lot of unsettlement.
Did not have the best of the runs through those corners, and that's the nature of the first run. If you have to nail it absolutely to perfection. If you just get one, movement of a steering wheel wrong, you have lost a lot of time. Redstone Dub, meanwhile, has now closed up to Gagan Singh. Maybe in a couple of laps, he will be in the DRS window.
It's Yash Gosalia who spun again. I don't know what's happening with that Mercedes. It is reminding me of Valtteri Bottas in the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix. It's just a horrible race for him.
Yeah, Yash Gosalia is missing his teammate, it seems like, and not having the best of the races. Menon, the boss rather, is trying a move on Suraj, who is in P10, and he's on 15 lap old mediums.
Yeah.
That is a lot of laps on those medium tires. Still 5 laps to go. Is he going to finish the race on this
He might get a puncture. I don't think so. They will last that long.
Is doing so. Oh, Menon is getting very, very impatient there, but he doesn't need to. He gets a brilliant exit, but I think that's more of a mediocre exit from Suraj considering his tire life. So that is Menon up into P10 and joining his teammate Sid Venkatesh in the top 10.
So yeah, Thakurwa, 5 laps to go.
I think he has got this because Redstone Dub is not making any sort of inroads.
Yeah, even with the safety car now, it is very difficult for Redstone to overtake Thakurwa and get those 6 seconds
and then gap him by 6 seconds exactly. So as it stands, it seems like Thakurwa will take the checkered flag and will take the win in a very, very dominant fashion.
Yeah.
And Redstone Dub, while he was catching Gagan Singh a bit, but then he has fallen off once again. So I think all eyes on Sid Venkatesh right now. Can you just let us know how many penalties, how many seconds of time penalties does Ace and
Yeah.
Shah and Manan have?
So,
Because it will be
so
interesting to see.
Ace has 5 seconds, and Sid is within those 5 seconds. Shah and Manan both with 3 seconds. The Alpine drivers. Tane as well with 3 seconds. Oxidize with 17 seconds. He does not like the track limits at France. I'm pretty sure about it. But yeah, right now penalties. Pretty much every single driver has penalties except from 5 or 6. The race leader being one of them. And yeah, good race from Thakurwa so far.
Yeah, couple of questions in the comments, so let's try to answer them. What happened to SSN? SSN did not have the best of the. Oh, Redstone Dub gets a 3 second time penalty. Oxidized Race might be on to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, not the best of the first lap from SSN. Got tagged by someone. I think there was an incident involving Suraj as well, along
Yeah.
with SSN, in which the McLaren driver was spun. So that's why he's languishing in P15. Now he's pitting, probably for the fastest lap of the race. His teammate, meanwhile, is making moves. Swagboy is up into P11, just gotten past Suraj. So that is what has happened to SSN. And to answer another question by Berry Bhai Saab, I like that username a lot. Berry Bhai Saab, he's asking how to take part in this event. So same answer which we shared with Anmay. You find us on gridfinder.com. You will find an Indian Racing League.
Yeah.
You can join the Discord server, and one of the admins, well, we have just one admin, he'll
Well, I'll
get in
share
touch
the
with
Discord
you.
link in the chat.
Yeah. Can you do
for-
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Okay,
help people
Okay,
out.
okay, great. So if you can do that, please do so. So we can increase the community. And Suraj is once again under attack. He was overtaken by Swagboy. Can see
So I've-
streaks.
Alright, my bad. Yeah. So I've shared the link, boys. Welcome to the Discord. Just click the link and you can get into the server. I think the bulliest just overtook Suraj.
He
I
did.
don't know how Suraj will last till the end.
Yeah, 17 laps, and so it will be 21 laps when he ends the race.
Yeah.
He's not going to score any points. I really don't see any point of doing this.
Manan gets a 3 second time penalty. Does
Oh.
that put him under danger from Sid? No. So Ace is 10 seconds behind Shah. That's a huge gap. I don't think
Yeah,
so. There's
that is a huge
any
gap.
threat.
Sid Venkatesh, but has closed up to Ace, so making good use of those soft tires. He will still be in the championship, Sid Venkatesh. So that's good for him. But could have been a better race as far as time penalties are concerned. Yash Kosalia once again going wide. Does not like this track at all, as Segway gets a 3 second time penalty. So where have you shared the link, Racing Gupta? I don't see it in the comment section.
It's in the comment section. I've
Okay,
shared
maybe
it
it was
couple of times.
maybe it was removed because we don't see it here. But anyway, guys, you can find us on gridfinder.com. Gridfinder is one of the hosts or the websites where you can find a lot of racing leagues, and this is an all-Indian racing league which you would like to join. So welcome aboard. Just ensure that you have installed Discord on your phone, or can use it via browser as well. Well,
I'll try
status
to share the
quo.
Grid Finder link.
Yeah, do that if you can. 3 laps to go, including this one, and Thakurwa is looking absolutely brilliant. No time penalties at all on this track. That is very, very impressive, as Abhi is lining up a move on Suraj now. That is one of the closest battles which we have, and Suraj is just losing time hand over fist to everyone around. Not sure why he has thought of the strategy of. Is he going into the pits now? Yes, he is. Suraj
Yeah, he
finally in the pits, and that is. Oh,
And
it's a
5 seconds as well. Oh my
that
god,
is
just...
not. That is not what was in the plan. Gagan Singh and Redstone, are they fighting for a position? No, they are not. Redstone has a lot of time penalties.
Yeah.
So Gagan Singh will remain P2 no matter what. But what a race it has been from Thakurwa. Going on those hard tires very early, and as such he's leading the race by a comfortable margin, and is
I mean,
just 3 laps or 2.5 laps away from taking the checkered flag.
and he is pretty much keeping the gap. It has stayed close to 9 seconds from lap 20, so it's not even like the cars behind are catching him quite fast. He is able to gap them quite well. So he is using those hard tires perfectly for the exact thing they were meant to be used for. So yeah, starting on soft, still pulling off a good strategy. That is an absolutely good performance by him.
Yeah, and if our D1 drivers are watching, maybe they will take a leaf out of his book and try to go for a
Yeah.
one stop. Not sure. We'll know tomorrow at the same time when the Division 1 race happens. Currently watching Sid Venkatesh catching up
Yeah.
to Ace, and this will be an easy move on the start finish straight using DRS and fresher tires.
Let's see what happens here.
Well, Ace does get a good exit out of the last corner, so he's using a lot of batteries. Sid Venkatesh is not close enough, but on the back straight is where magic happens, and he will make his way past Ace. So Shah, as it stands, Racing Gupta, he will
Yeah.
get a position on Manan because of Manan's time penalties. He will also gain a position on Oxidize, who has
Oh,
what's
really?
happening? Yeah, 17 seconds for Oxidize. So
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure.
I forgot about it.
Yeah,
So top
17
5 for
seconds.
Shah then.
Yeah, it is going to be top 5 for Shah, and currently on board with Sid Venkatesh, and that is an easy move which is upcoming on Ace. So Sid Venkatesh into P8, 11 seconds off anyone else, so I think that's where he will finish this race. Redstone Dub on Gagan Singh, he still wants this position despite knowing that he will lose it at the checkered flag. So that is good spirit shown by the Ferrari driver, but both Ferrari drivers, Redstone and Tanay, they were looking so good. But probably
Yeah.
the two-stop strategy caught them out. But hey, they will. One of them will still get a podium out of all this, and Tanay will finish in
Tane
P4.
might get a podium, right? If
Yeah,
I am
Tanay
correct in
will.
the
Yeah,
time.
Tanay will get a podium. So it will be a P3,
Yeah.
P4 for Ferrari, and that is a very, very good result.
Is Manan no okay, Manan has a 6 seconds. I've just completely forgot about it. Sorry boys, bear with me. I'm having tough days, but yeah, Takurwa, the leader, he has started his final lap, and yeah, he's just cruising. He doesn't even need to push. He can lose 5 seconds this
Oh.
lap. What
Redstone
happened?
Dub completely losing it. Thankfully keeps it in one piece and losing all the time he had gained on Gagan Singh. Well, I don't think it will matter anymore in terms of positions, but that could have been nasty had the runoff areas been lesser. So
Yeah.
20 drivers finishing the race. Has that
Hopefully.
ever, Caesar, are you here? Has it ever happened? I'm not sure. Has it ever happened?
Not a single safety car, not a single VSC as well.
Nothing at
So-
all.
And still an entertaining race. I mean, it is pretty much similar to the real life France race that we had this time around. So yeah, good job by our D2 drivers.
Yeah,
Setting the
very good
standards
job
really
indeed.
high.
Oxidized Race gets past Redstone Dub because he had a moment, but it's not going to matter that much. Yes, Gosalia and Suraj both, SSN both spinning, but all our eyes on Thakurva rounding up the final corner. What a race it has been for him. What a strategy call. Softs to hards, he's weaving across the line. Very, very well deserved victory for Thakurva, who wins the French Grand Prix for Division 2. Gagan Sim will cross the line in P2. Oxidized Race crossing the line behind him, but will lose the position to Redstone Dub, who finishes P4, P3 rather. Tanay Singh will take Oxidized's position as well. He slows across the line, does Tanay Singh. Manan gets past him as well, and then Shah finishing in P5. Just good recovery from him after a mediocre qualifying. Sid Venkatesh, not sure what happened to him. He's lost a further 10 seconds to the. So he will not finish ahead of Oxidize. That is a real surprise. Ace finishing P9, Menon in P10, Swag Boy just about getting points in P11, Bullester, the last points finisher. Let's have a look at penalties. I'm not sure how many penalties he has.
I think so. This is it because Abhi is nearly 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, but we don't know how many penalties Bullester has. But Abhi presumably will finish in P13. Yeah, there you
I think
go.
so. That's it. That's it for points.
And that is it. Vintage player in P14 had a good qualifying, but not the best of the races. Suraj had a lot of incidents.
My game crashed, Malav. So
Oh, what is happening here? Sidwink, SSN, and Yash Gosalia are still going hammer and tongs. And
I'm missing out on it.
Yeah, they're still battling for a position. They know it's not for any time or any points rather, but they are still going at it. Yash Gosalia just about gets it, or does he? I'm not sure. This is going to be close, but that is the end of the race. And Racing Gupta, if you can do the honors of inviting Thakurwa, Gagan Singh and
And
Redstone Dub
Redstone.
to
Yeah,
our
I invited them.
post-race podium interviews. Yeah, thank you so much. So that has been the French Grand Prix, everyone. We will have a chat with the top three and what a race this has been so far. So let's just wait for them as we have the final race classifications on the screen in just a minute. But very good race, and probably the first time, I don't want to sound very sure, but probably the first time that all 20 drivers have finished the race. No safety car, no
And
VSC
no
either.
VSS.
I hope the lobby settings were right here because
I mean, there were no DNF, so why
yeah, there were
would a
no,
VSC
yeah,
or
there
a
were no
safety car come
DNFs. There
out?
were a couple of people who spun, but they got back
Yeah.
going very soon. But yeah, just running down the order from Vintage Player and Suraj, SSN and Yash Kosalia finishing way down the order than they would have expected. Our reserve for the day, Abdul Samad, finishing P18, P19 for Ultimate, and P20 for Anton Hypers. So that has been the race. Let's wait for our podium getters to join the party, and we'll start soon enough.
Yeah. But yeah, Malo, what a race! I've never had a race in which during the first 15 laps we were confused which overtake to look at because there were multiple happening at the same time.
Absolutely, it was a very hectic race in the first half of the race. I think until lap 11, lap 12, until the pit stops happened for the soft runners and then for the mediums. So it was a hectic race, and hopefully we did not miss. I'm pretty sure we missed plenty of action, but hopefully we did
Yeah,
not
we missed
miss.
everything. I'm pretty sure about that.
Let's hope we didn't miss a lot of it. But yeah, there you go. It has been.
Yeah, so what happened to the championship? That is something that I'm interested in, as the other podium finishers just join the party. We don't see any of them. Can you just tag them on Discord?
All right, so
Till
no
then
one
I'll
has
just go through
no
the
one
points
has
table.
joined so far.
Only Thakurva has joined the race winner.
Okay, so
no one
Thakurva
else.
is here. Okay, Thakurva, can you hear us?
Copy that.
All right, Thakurva. So while we're waiting for others, just ensure that your audio sharing settings are on, so
Yeah.
we can hear you on the stream.
Yeah. So, Malum, looking at the championship standings, since Sid finished P8, he will be getting 6 points, or not 6 points, 8 points, and yeah, he is still in the championship fight, mathematically now. And Shah has made some inroads, but still not within even 25 points of SSN. So yeah, it's gonna take a Herculean task for the other championship contenders to actually beat the boy from Mumbai.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough ask, but 3 races to go, I think, after this one. So never say
Yeah.
never, and anything happen. You can see people having bad days multiple times in a season. So
Yeah.
that could
So
always
we
play a
have
part.
Gagan in the party. Let's start with Gagan, Malo. Why don't we?
Yeah. Let's start with Gagan indeed, as he's in the party. Gagan, can you hear us? Hi Gagan, so hope your audio sharing settings are on so people can hear you on the stream. First of all, congratulations for the podium, starting P12 on the alternate strategy. Definitely worked out for you, starting from mediums to, I think you went on hards later on. So just talk us through your race, the first few laps, because it was a bit hectic, at least from the comms box, to spectate all the action. All right, just talk us through a battle with Redstone Dub as well. You and Ferrari were battling a lot in the especially in the second stint, the final few laps. Just talk us through a battle, and well, we knew that he had a lot of time penalties, so he might always finish behind you. But how was that battle for you, and did you enjoy it? Hmm. Right. So did your ERS issue get fixed midway during the race, or it was on the entire time? Oh my God. So that's not something I've heard, and that is quite a handicap. Well, people might think that ERS is good, but in the corners it hurts a lot, unstables your car,
Yeah, it
and
does.
as such, it will be a nightmare to drive that Williams. Yeah, absolutely. So it would have been a nightmare to drive that car around, especially in the first and the third sector, where it's pretty technical, a lot of corners, fast and medium speed and high speed corners. But congratulations, Gagan Singh, once again. That was a great race. Racing Gupta, over to you for any questions.
So yeah, great race, Gagan, and yeah, I think that this is the first podium in IRL, if I'm right. This is the first official podium. Yes. So yeah, congratulations, Gagan Singh fans must be proud. Finally, you have made them
Yeah,
proud,
they have
and
risen. Gagan's fans rise and Gagan Singh wins. Well,
yeah. All right, good race, buddy. Good race.
all right. So is Redstone here, Gupta, or do we not have the Ferrari driver?
Let me check. I don't think so. We have Redstone here, but yeah, let's talk to a race winner. Why
Yeah,
don't we?
yeah. Let's start with you, Racing Gupta, while talking to Thakurwa, who's in the Alpha Tauri and has won the
Yeah.
race convincingly.
So Thakur, a good qualifying session from you, a good lap at the end to put you up there with the fast drivers, but also a great strategy, a great race start, a good strategy. Take us through your race.
Right, so firstly, what can I say? The curse has been broken finally. I have crossed the line without any penalties, hopefully. And
Yeah.
firstly, that I mean, yeah, going back to qualifying, not I mean, France honestly isn't one of my best tracks, so I didn't really expect to be up there. But I mean, we were nevertheless, and I mean, I got a great start, which put me up to P3 alongside Redstone and the Ferrari. So yeah, I was battling it out. In fact, I was really worried about the fact that the two-stopper might just be really quicker. But shout out to Natsume, he helped me out with the strategy, put me on the one-stopper. So that worked out. By the end, I was almost at a puncture, so it was definitely a close call, but the right call. So I mean, yeah.
So Malav, any questions for Thakurwa?
Yeah, you did mention strategy, and that's probably one of the reasons why you are here. While you did mention, but were there any doubts in your mind, midway through the race when you were battling the Ferraris, when you knew that they had a pit stop to make, but those mediums or maybe the soft tires, if they were putting them on, that could have been very, very quick, but you still maintained your gap to 9-10 seconds until the final few laps where you probably were just easing off and just cruising to victory. But was there any sort of doubt in your mind after the second round of pit stops that you might be caught in the later half of the second stint?
Yep, so I was heavily in doubt because Redstone clearly was really quick. Like I was catching up to him, but he was really quick. But I was just banking on the fact that that pace that you get with fresh mediums is just the first 3-4 laps, and then the hards just get better. So I was definitely under threat from them. I was really worried about that. In fact, I was worried about a puncture more than anything because my tire wear was red. Like it was about 70-75%. So I was really worried about the
Oh
puncture.
wow.
But at the end, like you said, like I just lifted and coasted, and I had a decent gap, so that worked out well for me.
Okay, yeah. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We were worried about we were concerned about his tires, and that's a confirmation: 70-75% on those hard tires. So he was literally limping to the end, but nevertheless, a very, very well managed race from you, Thakurva.
Thank you so much.
We also is this your first race win? I'm not entirely sure,
Yeah,
but
yeah, first racing.
yeah, first race
Japan.
win. So no.
Don't remind me about Japan.
Well,
Let me enjoy this moment.
yeah, but first race win officially. We had someone who also got his first race win last week, and now it's you. So congratulations,
Thank you so much.
Thakurva. Very well deserved, very strong finish to the end of the season. So yeah, good luck for the last 3 races, and yeah, I think that's it. If there's anything else, then we can discuss, or probably we can end the stream. Yes,
Any shout outs, Thakurwa?
Uh-huh. And shout out दे दिया ना Natsume को.
अरे all right.
All right, and
because
shout
that's
out to
follow.
all the Gagan fans who turned up in the comment section. That's
absolutely.
that's one shout out from me as well. But that's it for everyone. Thank you for watching. We will see you tomorrow, same time for the Division 1 race at the same circuit in France. And don't forget the F2 race on Sunday, which takes place in Imola. So with that being said, this is You Can Beat Me signing off. Thank you once again, Racing Gupta, very last minute helping us out with hosting as well as commentary. So thank you, all the best for your exams, and for everyone else,
Thank
have a
you.
good weekend ahead. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye and good night.
Good night.